The state of our country is insane, okay? I'm genuinely ashamed to be called an American. I'm about to, move out of the country in a couple months here, and I'm probably just gonna tell people I'm from somewhere else. Like, oh, I'm from Canada. Sorry, I'm not American. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to be like, yeah, like, I ain't never been to America, and I definitely wasn't in the army, I'll tell you that, because the rest of the world hates us now. Okay? They hate us. Everybody hates us. We look goofy as hell. America looks like a ridiculous country, bro. And it honestly is. Like, I'm noticing, bro, like, I mean, I'm lucky, I'm financially secure, but even still, like, it's just too expensive, bro. And I feel like, if you're one of those people who has to get up every day and you work a 9 to 5 every day, it's like, you must be thinking to yourself, like, dude, what is the point of all this? This shit sucks. Like, this life we're living here in this country sucks. It's stupid. It's like, this country sucks, bro. America sucks. Other countries are literally better. They're genuinely better. This place is ass. Yeah. Let me know if you feel the same.
You know what I do? I had these same exact thoughts. Every thought he just said I've had before, including leaving the country and telling people you're from another country. I thought that. I'm like, it might be better to tell people you're not from America. Maybe say Canada, say the UK or something. Say someplace they never even heard of. But definitely don't say America. They might beat you up. There might be some random tension that you didn't know about, or it pops off randomly. You get aware of it by them beating you up. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't know we had a problem. Yeah. We got a problem with y'all. It's not safe for Americans really to travel certain locations because of what Trump's doing. He's making enemies with everyone.
America is slipping towards authoritarianism, and the most frightening part is that it may already be too late. You know those moments in history when we look back and ask how a country could ever allow something so extreme? Right now we are living inside that answer. Contrary to popular belief, authoritarianism doesn't always arrive via dramatic military coups. Democracies can and often do slide into authoritarianism slowly, quietly and procedurally. There are three pillars that define this slide. The first is consolidation of force and the suppression of dissent. The second is undermining the rule of law. The third is purging institutions and replacing professionals with loyalists. When all three move at the same time, a nation is no longer drifting, it is transforming. So look at what has unfolded in just a few months. Tens of thousands of career civil servants have been thrown out of the government. Masked and unaccountable federal police forces now operate directly under Trump. Immigration crackdowns have escalated far beyond policy disputes into detention centres, torture sites and secret transfers to war zones. Citizens and non-citizens are caught in the same net. Political opponents are being prosecuted. Loyalists are pardoned. Investigations into allies are shut down. January 6th attackers, corrupt politicians and wealthy donors are openly protected. National Guard troops and Marines have entered blue states and cities under the excuse of a manufactured emergency. Court orders are ignored. Congress is ignored. Money is spent without authorization and withheld when Congress has legally approved it. Immigrants and trans people are blamed for every problem. Media outlets are attacked and threatened. Reporters are sued or banned. Meanwhile, the president enriches himself through crypto projects, business dealings and blatant selling of access to the White House. This is not politics as usual. This is the classic authoritarian playbook. It is the same pattern political scientists have documented again and again across collapsing democracies.
Exactly. Right before the fall, historically, these events have taken place. And that was a mouthful that he just said. All of that has transpired. But everything's normal. If you think it's normal, crying shame. That's a shame on you. This is the state of a failing country, a falling empire.
Ann Lintz, one of the greatest scholars of authoritarianism, described 4 warning signs: limited political competition, emotional and religious loyalty to one leader, suppression of critics and anti-regime groups, and expanding executive powers that are vague, shifting, and unchecked. Now read that list again.
Unchecked? That's why it seems like he can do whatever he wants. He's doing it through privatized business partnerships. That way the government is not blamed. That way they don't have to go through the courts. They don't have to go through Congress. The current administration is super corrupt, if you haven't noticed. I'm sure you have.
America in 2025 with painful accuracy. The truly frightening part is how quietly this has all happened. Even well-informed people cannot keep track. I recently spoke with a brilliant lawyer who asked why I was worried. When I listed even half of what you just heard, his jaw dropped. This is not because he is careless. It is because the information environment is broken. The news cycle moves too fast. Outrage is constant. And Donald Trump has spent years accusing others of corruption so that when he does it, it feels normal. But this is not normal, and the lack of resistance makes it worse. Remember when conspiracy theorists said Obama would invade red states. Jade Helm was the biggest fear on the right. Yet today, Trump really has deployed federal forces into American communities. The same people who once claimed they would resist tyranny are suddenly silent. And now Trump and his allies say that criticizing authoritarian behavior is an incitement to violence.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They're silent. Nobody's speaking out about it, right? Nobody's doing anything. They're allowing it to happen. These are the same people that said they wouldn't allow it to happen if it would happen. Where are they at now? Nowhere to be found. Not speaking up. They're not doing nothing.
Speaking the truth is dangerous. That is classic gaslighting on a national scale. Some courts have pushed back, some institutions have held the line, but the danger remains, because eventually a more disciplined authoritarian can and will finish what he started. We are not past the point of saving this country, but we are close. Democracy does not survive through hope, it survives through action. So keep speaking, keep pushing, keep documenting, and keep telling the truth at every dinner table and every conversation. Silence is how authoritarianism wins, and awareness is how it falls. America
That's how it falls. Awareness. That's what this channel is about. Making everybody aware of what's happening. It's happening so fast. I might miss some things even, but I'm trying to stay up to date so y'all can stay up to date, right? That's what we got to do. We got to spread this information. Now, the only thing I don't agree with him on is America cannot be saved. Mystery Babylon cannot be saved. It is too late. They've done far too much, and they're not going to turn back from their wicked ways. They will get even more wicked. So it's over. They're getting, you see it. You see it happening daily. Look at everything he just named. It's all happening so fast we can't keep up. The wickedness is increasing. It's too late for America. People still got hope, though. That's a foolish mentality, a foolish way of thinking.
Hey, good morning, y'all. Not for nothing, but living in America today just does not feel normal. Not even remotely. Yeah, what else is new, right? But I just want to describe to y'all what I've been feeling the last couple of days. So, look, by no means am I broke. You know what I mean? I'm doing pretty good for myself. I have a really good job, I'm doing good. I have a car, I have my own place and all this other stuff. But I still don't feel like I'm doing enough. You know what I mean? I still don't feel like I'm doing enough. And it's because of how hard I got to work just to obtain these things. It's because of how hard I got to work just to keep these
up.
Things around. You know what I mean? Just to keep a roof over my head, just to keep a car on the road. Just the fact that I got to work relentlessly to do that. It goes back to the conversation I was having with the people on my live last night with my audience, telling them about, how the American dream, the shit is a lie. You know what I mean? The American dream, they always tell you, they used to tell you anyway, you know what I mean, that you work hard and you get everything that you need in life. And that's not true. That hasn't been true for a long time now. It ain't about working hard. It's about working smart. The harder you work, the faster you sending yourself into the grave. That's all you're doing, essentially. The harder you work, the faster you sending yourself into the grave. You always talk about working hard. What about spending time with your family? What about spending time with your loved ones? What about, making sure you get enough rest?
Right, all the things that are really important.
What about, taking nice vacations? What about, eating good, eating quality foods? What about having, a regular, gym regimen applied to your life, so that you can stay in shape, so that you can stay healthy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We out here just letting ourselves go because of these fucking jobs. And we can't even blame these jobs. It's America. We can't even blame these jobs because essentially every job you go to is going to be the same. They're going to work the fuck out of you. That's just the reality. They're going to work you to the bone. Pause. So it's everywhere you go. You know what I mean? But it doesn't feel like anything is coming out of it. That's the sad part. For you to be seeing any real kind of money right now, you would have had to be at a place for a very long time. You would have had to be at a job or some sort of career. You would have had to been there already for at least 5 to 10 years for you to see some, some real results. You would have had to put some time in. If you just starting, if you're in the beginning stages or whatever, you just going to be working just to get by. You know what I mean? That goes for anybody. That goes for somebody. Now, if you single with no kids, it's going to be easier, granted. But shit, if you have kids, man, it's an uphill battle.
It'll be a little easier. It ain't like it's way easier either. It's slightly easier, right? But it's still not super easy. You get what I'm saying? We are living in a generation where more people are staying with their parents than ever before, not able to leave home. You know what's happening with America? America is becoming like all the other cultures, like Japan and the Asian continent. A lot of these different cultures, the child doesn't leave home until they get married, no matter how old they are. This is happening with America now. It's kind of transforming into something like that. But now we have married people living at home with the parents. You get what I'm saying? Because it's so hard, it's so tough out here for people to even get a house, let alone maintain it. America don't feel real. It don't feel normal. It's not normal. It's not like it should be and like it was, right? The American dream been dead. You might have thought you could have a hand in it and you realize, you know what, let me step back, let me fall back. Let me not focus on that because that's not going to be something that I'll be able to accomplish in my lifetime. To some people, that's a hard pill to swallow, right? To others, it's kind of relieving. People are saying, you know what, let me just live each and every single day by the day and not focus so much on my long-term goals or on the future so much. Some people don't even think they'll be here in the future. All of this is coming to an end. They don't see 20 years from now. They're just waiting for it to end. You know what I mean? It's gotten to that point, and it's the wrong way to think. You still should try to get ahead, and that's just trying. Like I said, try. But once again, we always got to return back to the ancient path, as in living off the land. More people are coming into that knowledge too, getting RVs, getting land, living a basic life. They say Americans can't afford a basic living. No, not following the way that we were taught to live. No. But the people that are doing it are the ones that are doing it the way that's looked at as against the grain.